Hey, welcome to the first edition of Farmers Voices. I'm here with my uncle Ramish, and he's a farmer in Trinidad. And we're going to talk about the issues affecting farmers in Trinidad. All right, go ahead, uncle.
Thank you, Jascribe. It's a pleasure talking to you and to everyone about our Caribbean culture in Trinidad and Tobago with respect to our farmers' voice. It's indeed a pleasure. The farming community in the world, there isn't much difference, but in Trinidad and Tobago, the climate is right for agriculture and food production. So it's a pleasure to be on your program today.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here and speaking about issues affecting farmers back in Trinidad and Tobago. But let's give people a little introduction about yourself. How long have you been a farmer?
Well, I grew up in the cocoa estates in Trinidad and Tobago. You know, that was a long time, more than half a century ago. So it's in our blood, all right. And farming it's really a unique product in that farming all over the world. It's exclusive. It's a very healthy. It's a healthy thing. You actually grow what you eat, and you eat what you grow. All right. Today it's a bit different in some countries, but like in our country here, we are not producing enough of what we consume. In fact, we import much more. But a little later on, we'll go in a little more details. All right. But the climate in Trinidad and Tobago is right for farming 24/7. All right, and it's really a unique culture. All right, Jascribe.
Okay. All right. So you've been farming since you were a little boy, and what we're just giving them a background before we go into like the big issues. Since this is the first episode, and what you like about farming?
Well, actually, I grew up in the forest in Khorasan and Tabland, South Trinidad. All right, and we actually grew everything that we used. So we needed rice, we planted rice. We needed corn, we planted corn. We had the cocoa estates that produced bananas, cocoa, coffee. We have other fruits like shatine, breadfruits, several citrus. So actually we produced everything, okay? In our backyard, we had our local fowl. We had the forest with the wildlife that was right in your backyard. Today you have to go deep into the forest to get that. So actually, the only input was really the only imported items then were things like, the salt and the onions and the garlic and that sort of thing. But it really was a nice time. Today it's much more different because if I make a comparison as to what we use today, we right now where I live, we produce. We plant maybe 1/3 of the items that we use. So the other 66% basically is imported. So that is what the challenge really is for a lot of Caribbean countries and Trinidad and Tobago. But the background in farming is real, the rice, the lagoon, to the cocoa estates, then to sugarcane. It's really, really interesting. It's really a joy to be speaking about that too, Jascribe.
Okay, and how would you describe yourself as a independent farmer, or how would they say it? You're not like, you don't do like farming for like how they have these conglomerates.
No, Well, actually, now in Trinidad, right, the environment has not been conducive to actual agricultural production. In the last 50 years or so, we had a lot of earnings from oil and gas. There was a lot of foreign exchange coming into the country, and there was a lot of wealth. All right, so you find that a lot of people, instead of producing the rice and the sugar cane and whatnot, we imported all these stuff. We started to pay because we had the resources to so do. So today it's a bit different because in Trinidad and Tobago, from a farming perspective, yes, there are maybe about 5 to 10,000 farmers in the country. All right, but at the end of the day, we invest a lot of money, over $6 billion in food-related items that we import in Trinidad and Tobago. All right, and so we're not really producing most of the stuff that we really need. All right, and that is a challenge, and maybe a little later on we'll go more into that. But it's really farming. We would like to encourage much more families to go back to farming, but the environment has not been, very, very responsive to that. All right.
Okay, so you're saying because of the oil, farming wasn't really looked at as like how in America they have the commercial farms. Y'all didn't do like the big commercial farming.
Right. No, we don't have that kind of land space for large scale farming. But at one time, yes, we had a lot of sugar cane. All right, that was our major source of income. All right, that contributed to our gross profit in Trinidad and Tobago. But in the last 50 years or so, there was a lot of exploration in oil and gas, and the prices in the around the 1970s or so, it peaked to over $100 a barrel. When that happened, it actually, a lot of people who were in agriculture moved away. All right, they moved away from agriculture and started to earn, look for jobs that was not as, air conditioned jobs. You don't have to go in the garden and work hard again, mess up your hands.
Oh, okay.
So the move away from agriculture started in the early 70s. All right, okay. and we are suffering from that today because oil price is hovering over $50, but it's still a major part of our income in the country. So that drift, that earning from oil and gas has really hampered agricultural production and impacted badly on the farming families. All right, even today, 70 years ago, oil was a major component. Today, the gas price is really, the demand for gas and the price of gas is really high. So now the earning from gas is really good. So that also is impacting on the agriculture, just right.
Okay, so your thing as a farmer now is moving to a agricultural economy, since the oil and gas hasn't, been really that feasible, to sustain the economy of Trinidad. You're seeing where, like, if farmers started producing on a commercial scale, that could be transformed as next economic outlook.
All right. The impact of the oil boom and the wealth has really impacted negatively on agriculture. Now, the labor component, you found what has happened over the decades is that the oil sector started to pay a lot of money. So a lot of labor went into the energy sector and moved away from the farms. Today that has really, impacted negatively on agriculture production. All right. And also, since a lot of money was floating around, there was a lot of social programs that came into being, and there's a lot of program from the state, social programs that pull people away from planting. Agriculture is something where you need to go out in the elements. You need to mess up your hands. In those days, today there is technology, but we have not reached that stage to bring in the technology into agriculture in Trinidad. We still are dependent on a lot of imports. All right. We still can afford, we have reached a stage in Trinidad to an extent where it's still affordable. It costs cheaper to import some of the goods that's to actually produce it. And this is another big challenge, we import our bananas from the Caribbean, okay, and from our neighbors, and that is something we can produce in Trinidad and Tobago, but at what cost? So it's more economical to import, a simple thing like banana. All right, so the logistics, there's a lot. In the last 50 years or so, we have paid the price. The returns from the oil and gas is not as good as it used to be before. So it's a wake up call for us to return to our production. All right, to our agriculture production.
Okay, so you're looking at it as a cost factor that has hampered really commercial farming in Trinidad, whereas economic-wise, the labor factor is costly, and this wasn't something the government was behind because of the revenue from oil and gas. So you're looking to change that now, whereas the common man can make a living in farming.
Well, yes, absolutely. From the point of view that is really, it's the government right now. The revenues has been dropping. So the question arises, to add to what you just said, is that we import over $6 billion in food-related items in our country. We can't afford. We don't have the foreign exchange income like it used to be to supplement that. So we need to start programs to encourage families in Trinidad and Tobago to start to produce more of some of the things that we can produce instead of importing it. And that is where the education really, really has to come. We really have to bite the bullet now, and instead of taking the little resources from oil and gas that is available to us now and put it back into something that we can grow locally. I think the time is now for us to really go in that direction, but it's hard of changing attitudes and people taste, this foreign taste for local goods that is so easily accessible. Okay, but easily accessible, but at a price. That's right?
Yeah, so you're looking at more educating the masses on your program you're implementing, farm to table. Where I've seen you going out and you're teaching the future generations coming up on foods grown locally and eaten locally. Not only is it healthier, but it's more economical for those unprivileged, to be able to buy the stuff that are imported from the States.
Yes, you have hit the nail on the head there with respect to, health-wise, healthy lifestyle, farm to table. When we import all these food from different parts of the world, okay, it has to be treated and whatnot, and with the preservation of these foods for long distances, it has a lot of communicable diseases, all right? So we have to start that education at the school level to let people know that when you plant whatever little that you can plant in your backyard, it goes a long way for you and your family with respect to, at least for beginners for health, because in Trinidad and Tobago right now, we are grappling with a budget in our healthcare for like over $5 billion.